My name is Glendy. I live in Southeast Portland, and currently I living in an apartment. So obviously I'm not a homeowner. And Southeast Portland is an area that most of the family, their income is either barely enough to pay their bill, or some don't even have enough.
We've seen Portland gentrify. Many places in the country have gentrified. Gentrification isn't necessarily a bad thing. It reflects an influx of people. It reflects a positive economic circumstance that has driven prices up. The challenge, of course, is that it puts some people on the margins. It pushes people out of neighborhoods because they can't afford to rent there, they can't afford to live there.
It really is about helping people become empowered to get out of the cycle of poverty.
So we've devised a mechanism, an investment tool, an investment path for people to go from inaction to action at an acceptable dollar point.
It's the first community investment trust that we know of in the country. The Community Investment Trust will give members of the community that we're reaching out to an opportunity to invest a certain amount of money every month in the commercial property that's been purchased.
We own a building for the Community Investment Trust. It's called Plaza 122. It's 29,000 square feet. It's an office building that houses nonprofits and for-profit businesses. It's on a busy, visible street. It's at the hub of the neighborhood. People will have the opportunity to invest monthly at $10, $25, $50, or $100, and no more. That's the cap. They'll buy in. We have equity that we put into the building, and the investors in the neighborhood will, over roughly 3 years, buy out our equity, then it's their building. The investors can say, that's my building, I own that. Those businesses that are in that building are businesses that I will go support, because when they succeed, I succeed. So it creates a mutually reinforcing relationship in a neighborhood where the tenants do better, the investors do better, and we hope the neighborhood will do better because people own a stake in the outcomes that everybody's seeking.
Community Investment Trust, it breaks into the small pieces. So for the family like myself, it's reachable and it's doable. And I would definitely like to tap into that type of a program.
There's a benefit to investing both in terms of the dividend that's received, there's the appreciation of the property that's occurring over time, so there are those tangible benefits.
The other important part of it is we're offering education to go with the investment. In fact, it's a requirement, and people have asked for it. They said, I would like to make this investment, but I want to understand how it works. How do I budget? How do I make a plan? How do I align those two to make sure that I can make an effective investment and stick to it? That's the key of it, is just allowing people an option and a pathway for self-determination, unsubsidized.
So can a $10 investment each month in this project end up dramatically changing somebody's life? And even though this is a moderate investment and it's going to be a moderate return, maybe by breaking down some of those barriers, we can break the cycle of poverty that we end up seeing in so many communities.